Hello. Oh, I got Vilfin's name up. How is everybody today? We are a little bit short tonight due to sickness. We will carry on. I hope everyone's doing good. I won't get into my synopsis. It's kind of a vague synopsis this week. We started our episode last week at the Wayside Inn, and after morning rituals and conversation, they walk with an excited Scylla on her harmonica to Leilon. At the settlers' camp, the villagers have evacuated the town to this point and are feverishly talking, trying to get a feel for what's going on. Some say that they heard screams and strange things happening in the shallow waters near Idle Island. It's then that they meet a bard from nearby Phandalin named Egburn. Some were more hostile than others, maybe from the harmonica music on the road getting to them or personal preferences, but the first impressions were varied as the group on horses made from the sea itself pulled a cart and carried several knights that started attacking the people. A fight ensues, and most are defeated, mentioning Talos, as they fought to the death, with one managing to get away. And the party seems to be at a standstill as to what to do, but time is as the essence, as they say, and Griselda, the head of the council here in Leilon, urges that they make haste to the town to help the guards. They arrive too late, as a tiefling in robes and hood smiles at them and taunts, and rides her water steed out to sea with her berserkers at her sides. Elemental water creatures look to be drowning the guards, and several guards look dead as they were trying to save the remaining villagers. The dead are all the way out to the island, which is easily seen from their vantage point, and they return to let the council know what has happened and to bolster the defenses of the camp there for nightfall. The bard Egburn leaves Leilon for the last time to venture onward, signing autographs and saying his goodbyes to Griselda and the rest. As the campfires light for the night, we hear conversations being passed back and forth. There is a large tent that you are sharing for now until some of the buildings get repaired, which I need to bring up on the map thingy. And you are all in this large tent over here. Even though I got your icons kind of around it, but you could be outside doing what you guys think you would be doing before bed. And I lost my thought. See, there it went. What do y'all think that you would be doing right now? Zenora, you probably have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, C's going to quietly walk away from the group. Just go to a tree just out in the keyword camp, but just outside the line. Probably one of the close ones over here. So, do you want me to move or just the story?
It's up to you. If you want to move it for stories, like you can move it.
Should probably go to games pause, so I can't.
Oh no! Yeah, I gotta unpause it. That's smart of me. There you go.
She'd probably go to, music.
Probably over there.
This one over here.
Far away.
Somewhere around there. Just to be for a quiet moment.
It's up to you guys if you see her or not. Oh, your perception if you want to see if you see her. And if you don't, what are you doing? Just meditating or?
Sonora's going to stand there. She's still visibly shaken. She's going to pull out her scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to run it across her hand, making it bleed. Then she's going to flip it around, and much like what Xenosaur did, she's going to plant it in the ground. She's going to let the blood drip down her fingers. And the engraving that is on the blade, she's going to trace blood down each letter that's on the blade. And she's going to grab her focus. She's going to take it off. She's going to put it around the sword. And she's going to sit down. And she's just going to look at it.
Contemplate it for a while.
Just going to sit there.
All right. as you sit there back at the camp, Vilfin's taken a swig off his whiskey that he was sharing with the bard earlier, and he kind of starts choking and sputtering and holds his stomach and then runs to a tree in the opposite direction. He's not feeling very well at all. You guys definitely would have heard that as he's running off, swearing at the top of his lungs and cursing the bard that he shared with, like maybe something funny happened with his whiskey bottle. What else do any of you want to do before bed? You good?
So Radlack's like, Vilfin, are you? And then he's sort of like, I hope you feel better. I want to stay here.
There are several people around the camp, friendly faces. Radlack, roll a perception for me to see if you notice anyone familiar. Ema, if you're outside the tent, you can roll perception too, if you don't think you are.
16.
16, you would recognize a gnome from Gnomengard named Fibble, sitting there with someone in armor and flowing blonde hair.
10 for me.
You on 10? You don't notice too much. You're kind of preoccupied with the retching
grazing.
sounds of Vilfin.
Emma's grazing.
Eva's grazing. Don't graze too close to Vilfin. Anyone else want to do anything before they go?
Nate would like to go up to the priestess.
Yep. She's over here. Right there. And she's sitting there talking to people, making sure everyone's okay. Has a blanket for the night.
Nate will just stand and wait. He won't interrupt until she's finished what she's doing.
She's gonna smile and look up at him. She's a little halfling and say, "Are you good for? Do you have enough? Do you have enough to keep you warm? Do you need anything?"
Actually, yes. I do need something. We encountered on our way before we came here. We encountered some undead creatures, some zombies, and from what I understand, with some wraiths.
Oh.
And I talked to a gentleman in a bar, and he mentioned. Sorry, the reason why I'm asking is because I understand you're some religious kind of person, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, forgive my ignorance, I'm not very well versed in such matters. Where I am from, we acknowledge the existence of the gods, but that's as far as it goes. However, something that piqued my interest talking to a gentleman where he mentioned that there was a skull in the forehead of some of these creatures. I was just wondering if by chance would you know what this would mean, or point me in someone who may know. It just, with what's going on, there's a lot of unease, and I need to find answers. I was hoping you might be able to help.
Well, I haven't really researched much except for Lathander, but there are, I could find someone for you. Hang on. And she walks away and whispers to someone sitting by the fire, a woman, and she comes forward to you in armor, much like yourself, and says, that is the god Mikkel, the god of the dead.
What does who what is the what does that mean? Like, for those who
If it is placed on the head, then that means they were summoned from the graves. Someone is summoning them, specifically to where you were. Do you have enemies? Or do these people that are at the inn, she said, you were at an inn, do they have enemies?
not that I was privy to find out. From what I understand, this inn is only relatively new, and this was a first for them from the conversations we had. It just seems, if what you're saying is correct, we've got this guy now, this mythical, is that how you
Merkel?
say? Merkel?
Merkel? Something
And-
like that.
And now we just dealt with some forces from Talos,
Oh,
and at that point, even just mentioning his name, there's a visible disdain in Nate's demeanor, and the eyes just sort of flare up a little bit.
she puts her hand on your shoulder like a soldier would, kind of very firm grip. It's not good, Talos, but you seem well equipped to deal with the armies of the undead. You are, judging from the look of you, a paladin?
Yes,
You are more than well equipped.
but I am not a paladin, as I said. From where I come from, I follow my own path, my own journey. I've made a vow, I've made an oath to myself, and that's why I do what I do.
Sometimes the greatest journeys are the ones from within. That is the strongest belief, is to have one in your own self. What you strive for, no one will be able to shake that. No? People can tell you how a god is supposed to be and not supposed to be, but they cannot tell you who you are supposed to be. Paladins have to do what other people cannot. They have to go places where no one can go. So if you do not follow the way others do, you are going to be a perfect paladin, I think. And she pats you on the shoulder, and she smiles and winks and goes and sits down.
Before they leave, I just say, my name's Zenithal Goldenclaw.
Hello, you can call me Z. This is my friend Feeble.
He acknowledges Feeble, and thank you for your words. They remind me of someone that once told me something similar. Thank you.
Everything happens for a reason, so you are being told twice now. Huh? Perhaps you should listen.
Ema, is that Mr. Fibblestib over there?
Who's Mr. Fiddleston?
Sebastian's dad. Or his his dad, I think. Yeah.
Do you say this loud enough for us to hear?
Radlac wouldn't be self-aware enough to.
Just be quiet. Fibble, you hear that? I don't know why I'm talking in Zardrills, but Fibble, you hear that?
Eva's openly gawking.
Mr. Fibble, where have you been?
I've been here, I've been there, I've done things and stuff. Some I'm proud of, some not so much.
Have you been home yet, by chance?
I'm going home now. Wow, heading home. Kind of, sorta, maybe.
Yes, we're going home. To Vandalin first.
Oh, hi, Radlac.
Oh, hello.
I've
You're
got-
a big dude. Oh, wait a minute. I think
Yeah.
I saw you before.
Yeah.
Ah, you're the one that was with that lion that had the funny-looking hand. She used magic in Numengard. I remember her.
Oh yeah, the blue hand. I have some. I don't know if I'd call it bad news. Sebastian. Well, he was working on a thing, and then we were fighting this dragon, right? And then he fell over, and then he came back, but all of these little metal bits, and he had like these little wing things, and I think he's all right, but I don't know where he is anymore.
Did he make an owl? That sounds like your owl, Fibble.
Where
The
is my
wings,
owl?
metal wings and stuff. Maybe he's making an owl.
I mean, he sort of became an as an owl. I mean, maybe.
And you see like a fully mechanical owl flying around. It's like,
Like that one? Well,
I
maybe not as good as that one, because that's pretty good.
mean, it was pretty spectacular. I mean, I preferred he stayed the way he was, but he had his own things he wanted to do, I guess.
Yeah, he had this weird fascination with golems,
Oh,
warforges. He was going to try to make one. Maybe he made one.
yeah, well, maybe.
When did
Well,
this happen?
Oh, it was about a month ago now. We don't know where he went after that. I hope he's happy wherever he is.
Okay.
and you see Fibble start rummaging around in his case, and he pulls out a watch, clockwork watch, compass. He taps the side a couple of times, and he goes,
He's over that way. I think,
He
maybe.
what?
Ah,
You can find him?
wow. Wow, I know where something of his is, at least.
Ooh.
You have a tracker on your son. That is a bit over. You are a helicopter. Wait, that's not invented. You are a very protective dad.
I mean, he did.
He has a lot of my stuff. I like to keep track of him.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I've not ever really been a dad myself, but that's a bit.
Like,
No judgment.
You don't want to know where your loved ones are at all times? Well,
I mean,
their general area.
I guess that could be helpful. Yeah.
It's so much. So look, this is how I. Someone sends me a message saying such and such is in trouble. I know exactly where they are. Well, kind of, sort of.
It's kind of like the mirror you were given.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this. He pulls out the mirror. He's like, it's like you can see things, and like the outside of it like points to the thing you're looking for. I think. I'm not good with stuff.
So you're able to spy on people, and you think that's less troublesome than knowing roughly where someone is.
I mean, I got given this. I feel like you made the thing you've got for the reason you've got it.
Yeah. Well, it allows me to know where Demortom is and where Sebastian is. Well, kind of where he is. Sort of. Sometimes it's broken.
So he's alive then.
I don't know if he's alive. I just know some of his stuff's over that direction,
No.
which is kind of towards Vanillin, but not quite.
Well, that makes sense. There's a like cool painting of him, like in the. You should go see. It's pretty impressive.
There's a painting of him.
Yeah.
Vandalina has changed.
Yeah, lots happened. There was like a thing with some animals, and like a lot of stuff got set on fire, and yeah.
Did he put his pipe out somewhere in a bad spot again?
I mean, he probably did, but that's not what happened. You see, Sue. Do you know Sue?
Yeah, I like to buy stuff off her. And Bob, Kim, Steve, her husband.
Bob.
Yeah, we didn't meet him. I don't know. Is he real?
Well, I mean, he goes by Bob, but his name's Elmar, I think. I don't know. I don't know why he's called Bob.
He comes to Nomengard all the time.
Hopefully, Haben got eaten by a dragon. That would be great, Phoebe.
Well, I don't know if the word's eaten, but Mr. Ema back there probably be able to tell you a thing or two about Haben Ema.
He's the warmest type.
You know you forgot your shoes, sir.
No, I've got them. They're in my bag. Just in case.
I like your toes, though. Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he's our strange companion. Like this one here is for you.
Am I strange?
No, the owl.
I'm thinking you're
Yes,
poking fun at me, young
The
lady.
owl. Well, maybe it'll be okay when I get home to see my parents and people, people. So
And your fiance.
he's, well, I mean,
Your husband now.
he might have moved on. I don't know.
I mean,
He's trying to say he's dead.
a lot's happened in the last. I don't know how long you've been gone. Over a month?
I don't know how long we've been gone. Do you? Time is different where we went. So
Yeah, I can't keep track of time at all. Well, I think most people in Fandolin are all right. I mean, Falcon's place got burnt up, but
what?
He's okay, right?
oh yeah, he's in Fandolin.
Oh, there you go. When you go back home, you can see your husband.
He's not my
Brother.
husband.
Sister.
Your husband is Falcon.
He's not. No, he's not
He's-
my husband yet.
he-
Maybe not. Probably. I mean, I've left, so he's probably
I thought-
upset with me. And
He's pretty cool. I'll be honest.
So you married him?
No, I was going to marry him, but no.
Him and Pell are in
Oh.
town, and there's puppies.
Oh, they had puppies. It's going to be nice to see them. And my dad. Feeble, you have to go see Demortom.
Yeah.
I
Earlier tards.
already let Demortom know about Sebastian. I'm sure it'll be good for her to see you.
Yes, it will be good to be home again. I got many things to build.
You were working on something called a grenade, something. You throw it.
Granola?
Grenade?
The Granada.
Grenade? Is that something?
Is that one of those things that go boom?
Yeah, he's
Sebastian
practiced
was
on
always
some
making things go
cows,
boom.
unfortunately, and
Was Charlotte, not a grenade. Or Granada.
At this point, Sonora would probably be walking back, but before she would have walked back, she would have got the focus that she'd put on the thing, put it in her hand, let the blood soak around it, and then put it around her neck. And she would have wiped her face, and there'd be a blood streak across underneath one of her eyes. And she would have cauterized the wound with her fireball, and she would be walking back at this point. So.
Alright. Radlac would probably,
let
and
me-
Ema would probably
Yeah.
notice if they were looking with their passives.
There you go.
Oh, shit.
And I'm back.
I haven't muted myself. Radlac and Ema with their passives would probably have noticed that. I'm thinking passives because they're kind of looking at something else kind of at the time. If you want to see if you actively see her as an Thor. As she comes in, just roll a perception. Gonna beat a 10.
Okay. 10. All right.
'Cause a blood streak across her face would probably be really noticeable if you were like looking up towards her coming in.
12.
That's good. So you do notice as she's walking in.
Now, do I recognize the gnome as being Fiddlestick?
Yes, you probably would. If you're looking in on where everyone's sitting and stuff, then you would see who they're talking to.
Fiddlestick! Fibble! I know I'm doing Zadriel's.
It's catchy.
I can't do it now. Hello, Fibble, you've told them about Sebastian?
Yeah, we were just talking. They're gonna go back and see their families. Mr. Fibble knows where Sebastian is roughly, or the stuff he had, or something. It's very technical and confusing, but he looks like he knows what he's.
All right.
So,
What's the last thing that
so-
we said?
what was the last thing? I was just saying
Mhm.
about him seeing Sebastian, and I'm going, and he said that way, I think. So, how does that work? Is it like his mirror?
No, it's like scrying. No, not scrying. It's an item that's connected to the needle. Very technical.
Okay. Yeah, so, it's yes.
Can you-
see... You go.
Can you keep track of your family like that, Ema? Where is your what's it, your grandson?
I lent him to a friend.
You lent him to.
Wait. What he means is that he's sent him to a friend to stay, because he's what he needs to do is dangerous. He's working for Mistra. Yeah. So, that's what he'd be doing.
right.
And I'm sorry, I'm Sonora. People call me Z.
Hi,
And I put my hand.
people call me Z too. Hello. I am Zadriel. Nice to meet you.
Zadriel,
Yes.
Falcon has been looking for you. He went looking for you.
He has.
He went.
Oh,
No.
Oh.
So he's going to go look for you.
Oh, shit.
Pell is safe. Your son is safe. He's staying at the inn. We had some. Never mind. But Pell is safe.
Okay.
So yeah, Falcon went. He went looking for you. He was worried about you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. My head rattles sometimes. Just
You forgot to tell me your head rattles.
no. Well, I forgot that Falcon said he was going to go look for you.
Oh.
Yes. We had some problems with. And she's going to whisper into Zadriel's ear, Talos.
Oh.
And he was helping us fight the orcs, and they got to the they got to your place and burnt it down. But he managed to save Cohen and Pell and some of the puppies.
He is a very good ranger. He's good. One of the best.
He's gone looking for you. So he's been so worried.
We used to go by the stream by the hunting lodge, and when he told me he had a thing for me, I turned his water into wine. So he promised every time he missed me, he would drink wine. And
Oh, that makes sense now. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about that. Oh,
is he an
Wilfen likes
alcoholic?
drinking.
Oh, yeah. Where is his Wilfen?
I think he's over.
You
Wait.
hear retching.
Quiet for a bit. Yeah, he's.
Feckin'
that
birds!
Yeah, that's him there. He's not a fan of the arts,
Oh.
particularly.
Mm.
Musical arts, perhaps.
We had this bard in Fandalen. He was very good. His name was Egburn or something. He was so nice.
Yeah,
Everything he played was wonderful. You should see him sometime. Feeble likes him, don't you, Feeble?
Oh, we saw him.
Oh.
Yeah, he was good. I thought he was a magician, though.
He can certainly make alcohol disappear well.
Medicine, you mean?
I think that's what's affected
no,
Mr.
alcohol.
Wilfen.
Oh, no. We can't not allow him the medicine that he seemed to consume. He must have had a very upset tummy.
Yes, maybe if a priestess can do a restoration or something on him, I would put healing hands on, but I don't. Look at him go. I don't want to touch right now.
I mean,
Maybe you just
so
need some
much,
of that grass.
Yeah.
So much coming out of something so small. It's interesting
That's a lot.
to watch, but kind of nauseating too.
I would offer him something similar, but the last time I did that, he wasn't very receptive. So I think best just let him.
Maybe he will, get it all out and be fine.
Yeah. Anyway, it's lovely to meet you. I did hear so much about you from Falcon. He does love you very much.
It is good to know. I kind of left in a hurry, so.
He said that. Strangely enough, I've met so many strange things here, like a cow with a peg leg. That was very weird.
Feeble.
See, I fixed it. Told you. No.
Feeble. No. Petunia is like a mascot of Fandalin, and you have made her a tripod.
We just call it lean beef.
She was very, very needy.
Don't eat the
Not for
butter
those types
skulls
of lot.
there. Don't eat the butter from it's not
I
good.
I don't want to talk about butter.
Okay.
The skull butter is really good as a lubricant.
People,
What? It keeps the
What?
gears going and gone.
keep your
What?
personal life to yourself.
We use it on the gears in Numbingard. Great. Smells after a while, but that's okay.
It does linger.
Yeah.
I think it does.
It has a very rancid smell, if I remember correctly. The cheese was interesting. Sebastian liked that.
Hmm.
Sebastian didn't mind the cheese.
So, why are two Leonins? You only see Leonins with other Leonins usually. Are you related in weird ways, or maybe?
He's my brother.
Oh, that's nice.
I haven't seen him for 4 years, so I met up with him 3 weeks ago. So yeah, and my little sister, she too. That was nice. Excuse me for a moment. She's just gonna walk away and try and compose herself.
And is there a reason this one is eating off the ground? Picking clovers or something? Does he have a dietary problem or?
Problems, yeah. Ema, you alright down there?
Eva sticks his head out, says, I'm a strict vegan. Would you like me to tell you all about it?
No, I'm good. Thank
And
you.
then Ema goes into a half-hour talk about it, which I don't know anything about, so
Zadriel.
That's when Nate just puts his hand on Zadriel's shoulder, sort of chuckles, and says, and just slowly walks away towards Z.
Zadriel quickly casts command silence on the Ema. You have to make a saving. I forgot what the saving was. I don't have her up. It's up to you if you want to take it. We'll say for the sake. She casts silence, and you're just like, I've probably said enough. It's up to you.
I don't think a vegan would, but in general I'm going to make Eva.
I'm sorry, all vegans in the chat.
And I'm offended, right? Oh.
That's hilarious. Okay. So, Zadriel looks at Feeble and says, are you going to stay in Leilon for very long? It's kind of in ruins. Are you here to build a house, or are you going to fight Talos here? There is a tower. I recommend you go to... no, there's a shop here. His name is Aubrey. He is very nice. He knows all about the town and all about, the undead and ghosts and everything. So, if you see him in town, in Leilon, you should say hello.
If he's still alive, we didn't get to the town quick enough, and he sort of looks over his shoulder at where Z went. They lost some people.
That will happen when you are fighting against gods.
At the sound of hearing Talos, you just hear a low from Nate.
Did he fall asleep?
No, he is snarling.
Yeah, the Leonins are particularly passionate. I've come to realize.
I don't like gods.
No. They're complicated, and they give you things and don't explain them very well sometimes. Or maybe I wasn't listening. I don't remember.
Minotaurs are usually very passionate too. Yeah, man. Oh, hostile. Hostile was the word. Hostile.
Yeah,
hostile.
yeah. Usually,
Yeah. You seem very nice.
I found my chill. Years of life on the road.
You're not using that weed stuff as well, are you?
It's good stuff. Have you tried it? I got some in my pack. The like little pouches for Sebastian. He used to ride back there. He just sort of gets this long, sort of distant look in his eyes.
Your son rode on top of a minotaur. You have lots of stories to share when he comes home.
Well, Haddock rode on top of you, so yeah, not much different.
Yeah, that's...
Where is that?
You just don't blurt that out. Haddock is around you. Probably hiding
What's
from the bull.
Well, what's an adult?
It's a goblin.
Oh,
It's, you know.
we met a chicken that was a man, and the
Oh.
goblins were gonna eat him.
Yeah, I've met Hobin. He's nice.
No, he was. God, what was his name again? Vilfin would know. No, that's not trouble. He had this thing where he had like one drink on one side and the other drink on the other side, and they had to be like perfectly matched.
Oh,
They couldn't be
shit.
talking.
No, god damn it. You did not follow us.
Carnos,
Oh, DM,
that's the
forgive
chicken
me.
man. I mean,
Ah.
he was a chicken.
For
Emma
fuck's
was a
sake.
giraffe.
Hey, wait a minute. That means that he told the truth on one of his stories.
It was not bullshit.
Well, he told the chicken story. Didn't he? Of course, when he told the chicken story.
He told so many stories I don't remember.
Yeah, half of them were bullshit. At least one was right.
That means he's been around here.
He said he has been around.
He said it was really heroic. I wasn't.
Well, in the end.
I mean, it's a very feisty chicken, so you know.
Well, you know, he's not been around
I'm
as
gonna
much
call
as
it.
Emilia, but no.
She's dead. That's okay. But I'm going to bed. Hello.
Ema, who's failed the silence check, has just realised that he's not actually speaking it out loud. He's been the whole time he's been talking
He's just been like,
about how great being a vegan is.
Sandra just looks like, yeah. Occasionally, make you think you're still talking.
Yeah, he's kind of complicated.
Well, we will be around. We're going to bed and heading to Fandolin. Don't forget, Aubrey. Tell him I said hello, and
Wilbury. I better write that down somewhere.
if you you know
He's
there's
got
a
some very interesting books.
Oh, books.
Yeah, very, kind of a librarian type person. Very interesting.
there's a rumor about the island over there. If you have to bury, they talked about burying the dead. If you sleep there, you can see into the future.
Oh, I had heard that. I think I've got that written down too. I'm writing stuff down now because I don't remember things too good.
It's important.
Yeah.
See, that's what the weed does to you.
I mean, it was like this before that, but
You should
Messes
have
with your mind.
told your son that more often.
You'd always forget it.
Stay off the weed, little grazing person. Yeah. Good night. And she waves to you and pats the fellow paladin on the shoulder and goes to a tent they were given, a tiny little tent, like a temporary tent. And the sounds of Wilfin saying, "Oh my god!" And he goes back to his tent. just kind of just wiping, and that's it. And goes to lay down. So, does anyone have anything else to talk about with each other before the night's over?
Nate walks over to Z and did notice while she was talking the blood and whatnot. He doesn't need to say anything to Z at all, but all he does is just walk up and just wraps his arms around her, like as in like a full embrace. Doesn't say anything, and just holds her there for a few moments, and just looks up at her and nods, knowing that this is whatever she needed to do. It was something that she had to do for herself. And just kind of that look, this kind of when you're ready to talk, you know where I am kind of thing.
So he's gonna look down at Nate and go, I'm not the only one who has to deal with this. You know that, don't you? I'm not the only one who has to deal with this. You've been 2 years. 2 years, and you haven't done with it. So forgive me. I've had 3 weeks, and I don't understand it. People who tormented me, ignored me, hated me, and I grieved them. How? Why? Why do I grieve for people like that? Why? You tell me that. I've had 3 weeks, and you're standing there, and they loved you. They adored you, and you have not dealt with that. You're angry. I get that. But seriously, I don't know what to do. I don't understand this. Why? Why do I grieve for them? Tell me why.
They're our family.
They never treated me like that. The only people that ever treated me like that was you and Thea. I have you. Why am I grieving them? Why am I grieving a pride that didn't want me?
Because a part of you is now gone. Something that, whether you felt part of it or not, whether you felt extradited or not, you were still part of that pride. That's why you grieve. You grieve because you've lost.
Do you know what he wanted to do to me? Did you ever find out what he was going to do to me? Did the other elders tell you what he was going to do to me? He was going to put me in a cage. I was going to be breeding for him and be locked in a cage. And he looked at Thea the same way. And yet I'm still grieving for them who would have allowed this? Did they tell you that? The only reason why I was allowed to kill that little... both of them was because of that?
Is that why you put me in that position?
No. Anyone I trusted in that position? You were the only one that I could see that would protect anyone. I made that decision before I found out about that. I found out about that when He was about to kill me. I found out that him and his father were going to do that to me.
And look what you ended up doing.
Almost killing everyone. Not saving a town. Letting other people die because we were too slow, and I stopped you, and I stopped you. We could have got there. We could have saved someone else. They wouldn't have had to have dealt with this. They wouldn't be dead if I hadn't stopped you. We could have got there in time. Carlos wouldn't have done this shit. If I hadn't stopped you, would we have made it?
I don't know.
And that's something I have to live with. I grappled you and stopped you. I know I can do that. I've always been quicker. Not stronger, but quicker. I don't understand.
See, I don't blame you for what you did.
But I do. I blame me very much. And yes, there are kids in this town that have no parents because of a decision that I made being too late to get there. I stopped you.
Sometimes, in the heat of the moment, in the midst of battle, you have to make a decision, and you have to stand by that decision. And whatever comes of that decision, you need to make peace with that. You can't let this eat you up, or it will eat you alive, and it will come and it will be used against you at a time when you are at your weakest moment.
Why do I feel like this isn't you talking to me? Why do I feel like you're telling yourself this? Or should be?
I'm talking to you as your brother and as someone that has learnt to make decisions and suffer the consequences for those decisions.
I sit there and think, I put you in that position. I put you to have to make those decisions. I don't. For every action we do, there is a consequence. Always. I know this. I don't regret saving the children and the elders. I do not. I regret that we wanted time.
The day you lit everything on fire, we call that the cleansing day. That was the day where you changed how everybody thought. You made people look at how we did things. No longer were people just seen as breeders or anything of that nature.
It was a choice, but I wasn't going to be given one.
And because of what you did, you made a difference to everybody. And whether you believe this or not, your father was proud of you that day. And we know that stubborn bastard would never admit that.
No.
He will take that to his grave. But I heard him, and I saw the look in his eye, and that was the look of a proud father, of a golden claw. You showed a different warrior that day, a warrior that he's never seen before, and a warrior that he'll never ever see again. And I don't mean that in death. I mean that there will never be another warrior like you. And that's what makes you, you.
Probably a good thing that there isn't another warrior like me. I can't always control the fight. I hit Radlak twice. I didn't mean to. But I hit Radlak twice.
I'm okay. And I know I'm not like very smart or anything, but I do know that sometimes things don't go the way you think they're gonna go, and you do your best, and sometimes you fall down, but like tomorrow you got a chance to like be a better version of you and do better, and you let that anguish sort of like push you to be more than you were the day before. And I think maybe that's something we got to do this time. But I'm all right. I've been burnt before.
And who wasn't the bird you, remember? You keep telling me. Oh, Wilfin does.
It's like that's how me and Bilfin are bonding.
Ugh, from the tent.
You could say it's a trial by fire.
Oh, no. No.
And that's where there's a little cheeky elbow into the side of Z.
Sonora's gonna give him a kick. She's gonna go up to Radlak and give him his very first hug from Sonora.
Oh,
And that's when Nat will just walk towards the tent and take his leave for the night.
Oh, that's kind of nice, yeah. Like warm without being like burnt.
I'm sorry, Radlak.
It's okay. You're doing yourself more hurt than you ever did me.
I don't know that. But thank you. Thank you.
And do you go into your tent for the night? Or do-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sonora's going to just go by the fire, whip out her blade again, and then clean the blade in the flames of the fire, the blood that's still on there, and then put it back and sheathe it.
Alright.
Yeah, and she'll probably do the same with the focus as well, like clean the focus with fire, because it's technically, I think it's fireproof. I can't tell you one way or the other, considering it's a
Was
fire
it wood? I can't
focus?
remember, yeah.
made from wood, but I'm guessing it might be resistant considering it's from a flame drawer.
Do you wipe your face or you leave it on?
I don't even know that it's there,
Oh, okay.
so it would still be there. And yeah.
Eamon, have you retired for the night?
Emma will be asleep in the grass.
Yo, Emma, you finished your dinner? Just leave him there. He'll be right. And Radlak will go to bed.
All right. As you all go to bed, you have a some of you have a restless night's sleep, some of you, but you still manage to get some sleep in. And morning comes with the light of the dawn and the fires have been kind of flickering on and off all night. And the sound of the loggers trying to clear the fields kind of wakes you all up. Vilfin would usually do his morning rituals, but the priestess Marigold Brightshine is nearby in the tent, kind of leaning over him. If some of you wake up late, you'll see her kind of casting a little restoration spell and be like, guys, I think maybe he should rest for the day a little bit, just kind of sleep it off, I think, until we figure out.
Very well.
Yeah. Some kind of herbs were in that drink he had. Somebody must have spiked it or something. I don't know. So I'm going to investigate it.
Okay. But Wilfa never lets his alcohol away.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think he did it to himself, so whoever maybe shared it with him and pulled a prank or something, or
Is he still grumpy?
When is Wilfa not grumpy?
He's finally fell asleep, so
If he's still grumpy, he'll be fine.
okay. Yeah. Well, all right. I'm going to be at the temple. It's the only stone building in town. We do morning services there, so if you need anything, let me know. I'll be back to check on him. Griselda and Valdis are down by the fishery. That's where the town council meets. I'm one of the members. So if you need anything in particular, they're down there. They might need some help.
Okay.
Those who have woken up would have noticed that Nat has already left the tent.
Okay.
Yes.
Ema would accompany the person going to the temple.
So you're accompanying Marigold to the temple, yeah? All right.
And he'd say to the others that he had been going to there on his own purpose. Just reminding them that he was actually going there. He wasn't accompanying them as such.
Yeah, so you've let the others know you're going to the temple then, yeah?
Before anyone, and this, I don't know whether I've gotten Nate, because she would have gotten up about the time that she would normally have gotten up with Vilfin, regardless.
It would have been before that.
All right. Sonora's will punch you later. Everyone that's in the tent, that's in the group, would have water breathing. I would have done the ritual, and they'd have water breathing for 24 hours. Okay, so mark that down. You've got that.
All right.
Excuse me.
Red light before we move to Zenithor. Do you have anything in mind for your morning constitutionals?
No, I'd probably just sit outside and have a smoke, and I'll think about it. I'm like, you told me this was bad for me, and I'm like, he's gonna do it anyway.
All right.
Nora seeing Nate gone would be probably looking around for him. Just say.
All right. Zenithor, you wake up before everyone else. What were you heading off to do?
So obviously the conversation with Z struck a chord, and he woke up a little bit earlier than everybody else and walks out of the tent and walks down back to the harbour area where we saw the tiefling and the what happened. And as he's walking, he's just thinking about things, and just what the conversation with Z, and it's one of those things where Nat respects and admires the wisdom of Zenora. And as he gets closer, he kind of looking around at the there's like a dock there at the fishery, or is it sort of like a...
Yeah, there is.
Yep. So he gets to pretty much where the where they saw the tiefling, And just looking around, because obviously they're still cleaning up from, what transpired, and thinking about what Z said about we're being too late. And it just starts thinking about, what could have happened. And then all of a sudden he just sort of, in a trance, like he just drops to his knees and hands into the ground, and he's just staring out to the water, out to the islands. And he has this vivid memory of the battlefield of the Pride. He's seeing Gorthak and everything coming towards them and holding the line ready to attack. And it just kind of like, there's just like little mini flashes of different scenes of the battle where you can just see the remnants of, the Leilons just falling, one body after another. No matter, even though the Leilons stayed tall, stayed strong, and continued on. And then he just, like in very, very slow motion, he sees the blood on Zenora's face. And Goliath charging. He gores her. And as she falls, turns to look at Nate, and it's no longer Zenora, it's Thea. And just that moment of realization that there was nothing more that he can do. He just runs towards Thea, to a fallen body, and it's just feels like forever. Like he's just trying to get to her, but he's not making any ground, he's not making any distance. And just seeing that symbol of Talos in his eyes as he's running towards her. And it's at that point where Nate just lets out one of his bellowing roars. And anyone, it'll be very, very audible. People will hear him.
Well, let's
and
see.
it's at that point where he snaps out. And he then looks up into the sky. And then back out of the water again. Kind of in the direction where we saw the tiefling and heading back out to sea. First of all, he says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let you all down. But I will make this right. And then there's this searing pain in his arm. And it's at that point where he just removes his breastplate and he's just rubbing where his arm is, and he's looking down at his arm, and he just feels a burning sensation where his tenants on his arm are. No one is as yet has seen these, because all they've seen him is just covered in his armor, and he's just that's where he just stops, and he's just looking at his arm.
All right. So how long does he linger there, looking at his
Pretty much
tenants?
wondering whether I would have heard the roar, if I would have been early enough for the roar or not.
Well,
Takes 10 minutes to ritually cast water breathing, so let's bear that in mind, and he left before her.
yeah. So if he's down by the docks, which if you're looking at the stream is over here, the camp is over this way. So it would be very, very distant. So I would roll an insight to see if you think, well, was that my brother? Or because it's very distant and you have the sounds of the ocean that I did not switch yet. Thank you for the raid, guys.
Okay.
And so I would roll insight.
Insight? Nah, she's got no clue. It's a 6.
So you're like, maybe I'm hearing
What's
things.
that?
Yeah.
But I would be walking down at some point, yeah.
Yeah. So all of you would probably, if you gathered up together, you might, do you decide to make your way together toward the docks to see if you find Zenithor, or do you wait? You feel like you'd wait?
I feel like Sonora would have gone down that way after having a quick look around the camp, and just let them know I'm going to go down to Leilon, going, and if they follow her, they follow her.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like she would have gone, that's probably where he's gone.
All right. Ema, Redlac, you agree you follow probably?
Radlac could check in on Vilfin one last time. Like, he'll get, like, when he wakes up, he'll get, like, super grumpy. He'll probably want to, like, go and do his ritual. Just,
Yeah.
like, just be even tempered with him. Maybe, have you got anything to, like, strap him? I'm sure it'll be fine. I think we're heading into town. I think everyone else is gone. I better catch up.
He's probably just half listened, tried to do his rituals, like, nope.
Yeah, behave yourself, Wilson, please.
Just feck
For
off.
his
I'll
sake.
be fine. Just
Or
go.
that other god. Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Rolls over, and there's probably some like peppermint by his bed pillow just in case he needs it from the priestess. And so do you guys make your way down? Zenithor, if you put your armor back on, if you see them like on your arm, if you see them coming.
He's just too transfixed
He's
on.
transfixed.
Yeah.
So as you guys are coming toward him, you see him in the distance. You move up to him. He won't have his armor on his arm. Just his arm? Just that one arm? Zenithor?
No, he's taken off the whole
thing?
the whole breastplate. Yep.
So you see him bare chested, or with the clothes underneath. And you'll see his arm showing as you walk up to him. And the town is in ruins. The other people around you, to give you kind of a sense of what's going on as you're walking towards Zenithor. A lot of people, some are crying, some are looking for their loved ones. A lot of people are burying and moving them outside of the town along the tree line where they're made a graveyard. And some people are waiting across the island. Right here where the docks are, this is marshland. So there are 3 barges set right about here where this is the barge yard. And there is the fishery. And it's very shallow here. No ships can get in. and then it leads out to sea and gets deeper as they go. So there's a lot of still fishing rafts, the flat rafts, and people are trying to move the bodies from the island on, and that's where you spot Zenithor by the docks.
Sonora's going to walk down to her brother and just sit next to him.
All right.
Did anyone see where Ema went?
That's right. Ema went to the temple, which is, I do believe, over here. I'm going to bring up a map while you guys are talking.
Man, you never split the party. I'm sure it'll be right. Right?
Ema did.
He's looking at you two.
Yeah, Ema did tell. So Zenora would have
did
heard.
tell us.
Yeah.
Ema told us that he was going to the temple.
Should I have gone with Ema? We think Ema's gonna.
He was going with the priestess, remember?
Yeah, I know, but like, it's Ema.
You go check on Ema. I'm just gonna sit with Nat. I think.
Yeah, you two will be all right. You might want to ask him to get his clothes on.
Right.
No, never mind. I gotta go. Bye now. Meet you in town.
Sonora's gonna look visibly confused by all of this. Like, what? Huh? You know, she's just seeing him without anything, without his chest plate on, and that's about it. I'm like, what?
Roll perception to see if you spot his arm. Because I think it'd be active. Because you're probably thrown by, like, I mean, you're very perceptive, but you're probably just thrown off by him not wearing his breastplate. And you're not really focusing on what exactly things are. So, nope. You don't really notice. You're just like, why does he not have his armor on? And you're muted.
I didn't say anything. I just went, nothing. I got a 3, which means I've only got a 9.
So Zenithor, you see them coming up, and do you leave your stuff off? Do you come too? Or are you still kind of in a daze?
With Z kneeling down next to him and sitting with him, all you hear is, douse the flame of hope. It's not enough to merely defeat an enemy in battle. Your victory must be so overwhelming that your enemy's will to fight is shattered forever. A blade can end a life. Fear can end an empire. And then there's a pause. And then he speaks again. Rule with an iron fist. And at this time he's trailing with his claw down his arm.
Would I notice him doing that to look at it? And would I recognize it as being a tenant?
Well, you rolled a 3 to perceive. You can roll again if you want to try again to see now that he's actually kind of almost pointing at it. So
yeah. Okay, how are you gonna fuck me over now?
But then I'm thinking, oh, you'd be listening to what he's saying, so.
Yeah, I've been listening to what he's saying. I got an 11 for perception, and seeing him doing this.
But I put it at a 10. So you see him, and you're following his finger and down, and then you see the writing.
Yep. And then he continues on.
I was got a question for you. Is it in Leilon?
Yes.
Right.
Ooh,
Reason why I
Ah.
asked.
So he continues on. Rule with an iron fist. Once you have conquered, tolerate no dissent. Your word is law. Those who obey it shall be favoured. Those who defy it shall be punished, as an example to all who might follow. And then there's another pause for a moment. And then with a little bit more conviction, strength above all, you shall rule until a stronger one arises. Then you must grow mightier and meet the challenge or fall to your own ruin. And then he, with his hand, he just
rubs the arm a couple of times.
Sonora's gonna put her arm around him and go, well, I hope it's not to your own ruin. I don't want you dead. I like you very much, so stay alive. That would be great. So, is that your oath?
Yes.
I like that oath. Very better than mine. Mine was I will not fuck up again, but that is, I don't know.
And this is when Nat turns and says, you said I had 2 years to deal with this. I had 4 years to deal without you.
Not.
And until now, I have not been able
I had to
to
leave.
let go. Thea was the last straw. Leaving her, that's the last straw.
You are not leaving her. She is somewhere where we can go visit her anytime. And I'm going to open up the cape and show the wound that he would know exactly what that wound is.
Yeah.
All right.
It is not enough. She can't be who she wants. I protected her from him. You protected her from Talos and Gorthax. She feels like she's an imposition, mate. She knows I have this. I know what Gorthax can do. You know I do. And yes, same as Thea, it was mortal. I was lucky enough that... you remember Phoebus did? Sebastian fixed it. Yeah, I forgot you met him. He was very briefly. She feels stifled, like we're always protecting her, same as you always protected me.
We're gonna
And
go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead, finish it.
I was gonna say, I know that you almost killed Mars for almost killing me. I know that.
And I'll do it again.
I think Taylor's got to him first.
We don't know that.
Can I have first crack?
My point, Z, is that I'm now with you all.
I
I don't know where I fit with this group.
don't know where I fit. Do you know
But-
for 4 years I fit nowhere? Takes time.
But out there, I know what I have to do,
I know,
and I'm not going to stop
and you're not
until
going to do it
it
alone.
is done.
And you're not going to do it alone. Doing it alone gets you killed, and then you've accomplished nothing. You know this.
It's why I needed to make peace with what happened yesterday, but also what happened 2 years ago, because I can't let that happen again. And if Talos is anywhere going to cause any form of trouble, whether it's here, Phandalin, I don't care.
Then we get strong enough to kill him. That's as simple as that. We get strong enough to kill him. He's not going to stop. We're going to be in a constant battle. He knows we're there. We are god killers. That's what a god on claw is. What do you think? He probably attacked us
Golden
and stuff.
claws, little sister.
And with that, we're gonna switch to Ema.
Sorry.
Ema, if you look at your picture here, the shrine is right here by the docks, so you are close by. There's a stone building, the only one that is kind of still standing for the stone structures. It has beautiful sun symbols of Lathander in the stained glass windows. Marigold is inside, lighting some candles, getting her rituals ready. What would you like to do? She greets you. Hi. Hello.
Ema would have gone down with her.
Yeah. That's true.
Ema would be helping her
All right.
with the rituals,
So you're helping.
learning from her.
She's going to guide you through. And did you mention you don't worship Lathander, but you are... Or do you mention who you worship, or do you leave that alone?
I would say I worship Mistra, but she has instructed me to come and learn from already existing people of faith.
Oh. Well, Mistra has a long history in this town, so maybe it's just by the gods that you're here anyway. So, welcome, and she's helping teach you everything you need. She's a very cheerful, optimistic little thing. Her hair is kind of in little knots with hanging down, kind of like pigtail buns almost. She is taking care of the children in town while the adults all work and kind of teaching them a little bit about Lathander. And she teaches you how to do a simple prayer for Mistra, and she teaches you how to lead like some rituals to help you with your specific skill set. So as she's doing that, is there anything you wanted to ask her in particular, or
The only thing that I would ask is for her to teach me how to make holy water
all right?
and to actually make some.
So she's gonna spend some time doing that. She's gonna probably take a good hour to teach you to do that. Radalak, what are you gonna be doing while all these people are doing their things? What would you be doing?
Would it be super obvious to Radlac when he came up to the temple that that's the temple that he or would he be like, I don't know what a temple looks like?
Well, you've spent a good month so far with Vilfin, and he wears that necklace to the Lathander with the symbol, and he also was given by Mr. the Lathander's staff, which had the symbol and jewels. So you see the stained glass windows with the symbol. I think you'd probably think that's probably the Lathander.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he's like, this must be it, and he like dusts himself off and he like tries to neaten himself up. He's like, all right, and I'll go in and try and find Ema.
Do you knock on the door? Sorry. Don't. You go in. It's kind of small. I do have a picture of it somewhere. I'm going to find it while I'm looking for that. You probably see her teaching with this little kind of almost like a bird bath, but it's like a holy water vessel that she's kind of teaching him. And they're talking together, fairly normal voice, so you can hear them. And she's like, and then you say this. And she says a simple prayer. And do you... They're not hiding it. Right?
Oh. The prayer killed the other.
No.
Yeah, you just
Lag.
dropped out.
It's still stream. The stream's still going. We're good. It's just a little snap camera lag.
Radlac would see that they're busy and that Ema's learning something new, and he's really attentive, and he would just find somewhere to sit and be quiet. As much as Radlac can.
So he's a really big minotaur sitting on that tiny little pew, and she's gonna notice, and she's like, "Oh, Oh, and she looks at him and is like, I think that person's with you. I can't remember his name.
Hey,
Hi.
Eva looks around. Oh, hey, Redneck. How are you?
yeah. I just thought I'd hang around and keep you out of trouble, but it looks like you're doing well. Yeah.
I'm just learning some new stuff.
Oh, cool. Well, I'll just be here if it's okay. I don't know if maybe my kind aren't supposed to be in places like this.
Oh no, everyone's welcome in Lathander's temple, of course.
Oh, cool. It's nice what you've done with the place. I like the colorful windows.
Yeah, they are. When you guys get a chance, after I'm done, I can walk you down to the fishery. We're having a town meeting every morning with Valdi and Griselda. They probably want to thank you for all you've done yesterday. So, and they might have something for us to do.
Mm.
So she's going to finish up doing that. And we're going to take a break before I get too involved and forget, like I do. Since it's right at the middle. I want to thank you for the raid, guys. Hi, Soul Vibes. Hi, Brenda. I've been asking all over about you and how you are. I'm glad you're good. I hope you're watching. And everyone else, thank you for all the good stuffs. We're going to take a brief break, and we will be right back to make some coffee. So I'm going to put on my Be Right Back with clips. I've turned down the volume because some of them are from Horror Stream. So be careful.
Oh yeah, good point.
We still have Fibblesib up here. Fibblesib Pinebark. I found out his last name. And Dabbledop's last name is Dabbledop Plaster Patch. I didn't make that up. That's in the module. I was like, what? She's a spackler.
Where did they come up with that?
How is that
I have
possible?
no idea.
Oh, well. I mean, if you feel up to it, Evil, come on in at the favorite moments. If the cough's gone. Yeah. I don't want you to be like, my favorite part was... We don't want
It's
that.
the reenactment that we never had.
Yeah, reenact that gagging scene.
Mina's computer's died.
Oh no.
It's coming back, but
Okay.
she walked away and it's turned
Okay, I was going to say, it was that Windows update, wasn't it?
We're all having technical difficulties.
That explains the funny look on the Skype.
Mina's very happy. Before her computer, that's before her computer died, and then she's not happy.
Oh my god, my computer died.
Hi, Stacky. How are you? Hi, Error. I'm probably gonna miss everybody if I say everybody's name. I'll miss the one person. They'll be upset. So, hi, everyone. I've talked to the little Yanti, and she has agreed tomorrow would be a good day for a horror stream. So, we might be doing a horror stream tomorrow. So, turn your volumes down for that. I don't know how it's going to be. I haven't even installed it yet. So, we'll be doing that tonight. And then join us on... I don't have my little ad I made on Paint. I had a little advertisement for VTM. Join us on VTM Sunday at 5:30 AEST, Australian time, for Vampire the Masquerade, where Prince Leslie Taylor, played by Magic down there as Zenithor, and Zenora, played by Mina, it will be Sarah Bartlett. I always do the last name wrong.
Barnett.
Why can't I remember that? They will be talking, and then our coterie will be... I can't remember Aaron's name either. He was played by Sadiq right there. I never remember his name.
Tell the truth, I can't remember it either, and I played.
It's his character. Isn't that awful? I made a little ad for Jackson too. I couldn't remember Jackson's last name. For you, Evil. I couldn't sleep, so I was like, I'm gonna play with the Paint program. Jackson Spencer.
Yeah.
Hi, Roasted.
Jackson.
Action Jackson.
Accent Jackson.
That should be his vampire name. That'd be kick-ass. His
Right.
little nickname.
Apparently, Mina's computer really did die.
Yep.
It's taken a bit.
Yeah.
You've been here for a while? Roast and Jay. Oh, look, it's like you're right here with us. I don't know why. It's weird. I feel like you're with us.
I swear Eva is a changeling.
There she is. Oh, no, my Skype died. Did my Skype die? My Skype died.
Now your auntie's Skype died. She'll be right back.
What
God.
the What is going on?
Oh, it's just
Okay.
I don't know what the hell happened.
You got goblins in the stream. Now Radlack's blue.
Yep.
And Xanathor's. What the hell? Everyone's pictures.
Apparently I'm Zenora now, so.
What the Hang on. I'm gonna. All right. You know what? I'm gonna
Good old Skype.
quit Skype, and I'm
Yep.
gonna come back in. I'll be right back. Good God.
Again, we're going to rebuild her. She's going to be faster, stronger.
Right.
We have the technology.
Do we though? Can we
All
really?
right,
rebuild-
Fibble. Fibble needs to piss off. Sorry, buddy.
Trust Sadiq to
You are the
question
weakest
whether we
link. Goodbye.
bring it back. He's like,
Wow.
Good job, Fibble. You did good tonight. Fibble will probably rejoin. Fibble will probably rejoin us for favorite moments, because why not? As we get back into it. So we left. Is Drax here? Drax.
Emma.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. We left off at the church, the shrine of Lathander, with Ema and Radlack. If you stay the hour, an hour passes. I would say Xanathor. How long would you say Xanathor and Zenora would be talking? Would they talk for a full hour, or would there be a time when they start to look for the others?
Yeah, where we left off, that's where we would have started making our way to find the rest of the group.
Making your way downtown. All right.
Yep.
So
Downtown.
it's in my head now. So you guys enter the shrine. By this time, they be wrapping up, and Marigold Brightshine waves to all of you and bids you to come in to her little shrine. Shows you around, lets you know that she's able to do like restoration and all that for a donation of coin. And you guys meet up. Ema, is there anything after your ritual and they come in that you want to say, or do you guys just part? Marigold's happy to escort you to the fishery, if that's what you want, or you could take a tour around Leilon. The day is yours.
Emma's gonna fill her water flask with holy water.
All right. So you now have a flask of holy water to mark down.
And
There we go.
So, Sonora's gonna go up to Marigold and ask if the if the bodies had been dealt with and all that kind of stuff.
Who is she asking? Marigold or?
Marigold, yeah, the priestess. So
Yeah.
just say, have they been dealt with? Did she do the right thing? She wants to make sure that we're all done.
Oh yeah, we're attending to the bodies right now, trying to, account for everyone in the village. But we want to thank you because you really saved the camp. I mean, without you guys, we'd all be dead. So we have people to help rebuild. And we're grateful.
Out of curiosity, was this woman, and she gets out the portrait of the woman and child that was the assassin. This woman was not among them, was she?
Oh, that's Merrick's. Yes. She's over there. There's 2 burial plots right there. You can find her there.
What about her son?
There's 2 burial plots, yeah. So,
Oh,
but, you know, we did save a lot more lives. So,
that's okay. I'm going to excuse myself and go over to the burial plots.
mhm,
And I'm going to get the 2 daggers out. I'm going to place one on one burial plot, one on the other burial plot, like standing up.
mhm.
So they're kind of sort of half touching, so it can hold up the little portrait of the family.
Mhm.
And I look down and go, with the leashes together, you know, that thing, give a nod. And then I will go back to Marigold and donate the 20 gold
Mhm.
that I had taken from the assassin that I was going to give to the wife. So this is from them. And I give them the 20 gold.
I'm very grateful. We'll definitely put it to use for taking care of the children.
And thank you.
Radlack's gonna go over to the burial plot. He's like, your husband, like, he kind of like made some crappy choices, but like, I think he meant well, and you know, he probably cared about you a lot. And I hope wherever like people go when they're gone, you're like together, and yeah. And he's gonna like walk away awkwardly, like one of those people who's at a funeral that like they don't really know them.
Like if you had pockets, you put your hands in your pockets and be like, yeah. You have your moments, peace. So the day is yours. Marigold starts to walk towards the fisheries. What do you guys want to do?
Before she goes, Emma's going to ask if she has any Nathaniel literature that, like, sort of scripture sort of stuff that he's able to take and read.
Oh, I have some scrolls. Yeah, I've been working on copying things, and she goes to her little podium and picks some papers out of a book. Of course, you know you can hear the words of Lathander right here on the podium anytime you come in, and she hands them to you. It's just some basic things about Lathander and his followers.
Emma's going to bow to her, and he's going to give her 10 gold.
And she's gonna
Okay.
curtsy. Yeah.
To the church.
Thank you. Welcome to come here anytime if you need healing or just advice. You just sit in the pew for a while, and she looks at Radlac and smiles. And she starts to head for the fishery for her morning meeting that she has to make before. She's like, I gotta get there before Griselda. She doesn't like late people. I'm like, bye.
Would you like us to escort you? And
Actually, yeah, Nat was kind of going to go to this meeting anyway and just sort of wanted to listen in.
All right.
So, and he will turn to the party and said, I think we need to, not only for out of respect for the town, but I think we need to show our presence there.
yeah, Sonora's going to put her arm down low so she can put her arm and escort her.
Like a little.
Just realised how tall I am and how short
You're
she
like
was.
7 foot, and she's a halfling, so yeah.
To the meeting.
Yeah, she'll escort her.
You walk down towards the docks. You see people in the distance of the shallow waters, still moving. They've got a barge kind of pulled up for easy transport and are moving them. You're going to walk down these stairs towards the fishery. And as you arrive, you see Valdi Estepar, the young, well, she's elderly, white hair, very thin, but kind of noble in her stature, standing next to Griselda inside, who is sitting at a table, kind of a long table, fit for the council. Marigold introduces you all again, even though you've already met, and says you guys will be sitting in with them today. And over to the side, there's like a little almost office with the door open kind of thing. And inside, you see the desk with Sergeant Yoram, who had the Neverwinter shield and was trying to quiet the crowd and who was the first to run off. He's in there kind of leaning over his paperwork. He keeps the door open. He kind of looks like he's not liking the paperwork so much. And Griselda motions you forward. Morning. Good to see you guys here.
Hey,
Morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
it's been a rough night for everyone, but we're going to rebuild stronger than ever. We're going to get this done.
I would like to offer any assistance to help rebuild any way I can.
Well, we definitely need it. There's a lot of shops that need to be opened. We need to establish trade. Valdi here is establishing the fishery back up again. That's going to be our main source for Fandolin.
Speaking of trade, sorry, in terms to the group, what was the name of the owner of that inn?
Zadriel mentioned Audrey? Audrey?
I
No,
gave her
the inn.
I
The
gave her
inn
the
that
note
before
from
we came
Letitia.
here. What was the name?
Oh.
Morticia. Yes,
Martisha.
she expressed interest in trade with
Rattle
Yeah, I think
with you guys.
and I'd like to give Griselda that note. And she's like, oh, yeah, I have it right here. Yes. She wants to trade us livestock in exchange for the supplies that they make, milk, butter, cheese, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's going to be very helpful. Apparently, the word's gotten around there was undead attacking the inn. I think,
Yes, we encountered them
that,
on our way here. So we took care of the matter, and that's how we found out the need for trade between yourself and her.
any undead on the way from there to here?
No, we did not encounter any further undead, but
Vilfin.
my suspicion is that if what I understand from Marigold, I spoke with her last night, that apparently, and I will say to the group, this is what I wanted to tell you guys before. The rumor that those undead had skulls on imprinted on their forehead, and so from my understanding, from what Marigold told me, was that these undead were summoned. So I'm not too well versed with a lot of how all this works, but if that is the case, that means there's still that to deal with, and whether it was intentional that inn was a target or not, that's something that we need to be aware of.
What do you make of these people at this inn? How do they seem to you? They seem on level?
I suppose you might want to,
They
when
were-
Vilfin is better, ask him about them
Yeah, where is your fellow dwarf?
and when.
He's still a little bit under the weather.
Too much ale, I guess.
I've seen him drink a lot before. This is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's almost like his drink was spiked.
You were walking with Eggburn, weren't you?
Oh, right.
I mean, to be fair, you and Vilfin didn't leave a very favorable impression on.
You guys share any congratulatory bottles or things like that?
I mean, yeah, Vilfin did.
Well, there you go. You know,
Okay.
Egburn's
I
his
hope-
own personal karma maker, if you will. He's always been a class clown.
Well, hopefully, wherever he's gone, he's a long way away from where we are now.
Well, he said he was heading back to Fanland, wasn't he?
He's got this cruise ship vacation or something is going on. I don't know.
But to answer your question, they seem very open regarding certain information. So I don't know whether that means they're being friendly. But I just something just doesn't sit right for me. See, my background is I'm a warrior. I've led my pride as part of an elder of the tribe, and it just seemed too coincidental that first we run into this lot of undead. We told them where we were going, and the next thing we know, we're fighting these minions of Talos. Too coincidental for my mind.
DM, out of curiosity, would Zenora have seen the blacksmith at all? I know Vilfin did, but did Zenora?
Okay, so the blacksmith was on the outer stables, so you would definitely hear the blacksmith. Eva went out, Vilfin went out to talk to her, but you guys were inside, kind of back and forth with Bex the bartender. So I feel like Zenora didn't go out to get Vilfin at all, so she might not have.
No, she didn't go and see him, but I just wanted to know, because, to be fair, there were several people there that we didn't meet, but the ones that we did meet, they seemed very, the bartender seemed fine, the Morticia seemed a little stingy, but fair. As half-orc, I think Phil could probably talk to you about her. I didn't meet the blacksmith, and there was a bard there.
Yeah.
So
And
that's...
Valdi speaks up, and Scylla has mentioned that she wants a job at the fishery. She was saying and said that you guys invited her to your party to be adventurers with her, so she knows all about the inn. She was telling me.
No,
I mean,
Sure, if that's what she believes, then yes.
I mean, they seem really friendly to me. Like there was a lot of winking.
Too friendly.
Who's friendly with who?
The
Morticia
people
had a thing for Radlock.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think Vilfin, like, he really liked the pies. Like, it was.
I mean, the food was good.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should trade then for the food.
Actually, do you remember how they turned around and said about the, they were, boar? And you know what
Oh
they mean?
yeah.
There were boar pies. There'd been a lot of them around, and we know that, boars are very symbolic to Talos. They used it to convert a lot of them, the orcs, into boar at Mance
Yeah.
when we destroyed that.
And some of them were seamen.
What?
They were seamen, on the boat. They had like.
Griselda puts up a hand all right. She's writing down boars. You can see from where she's standing. She's very short at the table. She's writing down things about trade, of interest. Well, I'm not a fighter. I was tasked from Lord Neverember to restore this town and to equip it with soldiers. We've lost a lot of soldiers. I've asked for some more.
I could pretty much guarantee if you give Scylla and a harmonica, she could probably scare anyone away.
She kind of laughs a little chuckle, and Valdi's just shaking her head, almost like she's heard it already. No.
Do you have enough soldiers to look after things for the short term?
Well,
Do you have enough to train?
we've sent out patrols to the south for the Mere of Dead Men down that way. Because that seems to be a place where undead used to, about 100 years ago, reside. So we're trying to check that out. But we're also trying to restore this tower, which we could use some help with. So, and about that time...
What do you need?
Well, about that time, a half-orc female comes in, and she's kind of like... she had a stonemason's kind of hammer in her hand. Excuse me, is this a bad time? And Growler kind of like motions her forward with the other two council members looking. And my name's Beltora Redeye. I have a friend, Sergeant Vesper. He's been missing. He's on a patrol, but they haven't come back for 2 days. He was with 3 others. And I was going to talk to Sergeant Yoram about maybe sending me or maybe checking on him. And Sergeant Yoram like slowly closes the door casually. And Growler, not Growler, Griselda. We don't call her Growler for his face. Ta says, yeah, Valdy, you know this Vesper person. And she kind of looks at all of you and says, well, I'd like to see the tower worked on, but maybe you guys can check out this patrol. It's up to you. I'll leave it with you. If you don't, we can get some guards to look on it.
Whereabouts did Filfin's gonna be pissed if he missed this fight, but whereabouts is this patrol? Where exactly? And is there a map that they can show us where?
I'd say we'll talk to Sergeant Yoram. He's also in charge of the people guards at the tower. Apparently, they've been running out of it screaming at night.
Mm.
It's not getting anything done. So, if you'll go over to him.
Oh, yeah, remind me to tell you something about that Tara. I'm pretty sure the swords of Leilon probably are not happy that it's being worked on.
Oh, you know of the swords of Leilon. Interesting.
A little. We found it a bit in Aspire Peak or Aspire Hold. Wilfen actually owns it now, so yeah, we found out about the tower. The swords of Leilon were protecting it. They're very hesitant. From what I'm hearing, that it's being rebuilt. Is there a reason?
Yes, there is actually a reason. We have someone in there named Gallio. I forgot his last name. He's a bit... well, he's a mage. I mean, I feel like mages are a bit odd anyway. But, you know, he's a bit odd, but he does his job really well. He's from an order of some kind, so he's pretty high up. He's in there nonstop working. Maybe you would like a tour quickly around the town, get your bearings, give you some time to decide what to do before you meet with Sergeant Yoram, who, you know, well, you'll find out.
And we can perhaps discuss as a group what we need to do.
Yeah. I'll show you out. And Growler is talking to Miss Redeye and kind of trying to calm her in a very gruff dwarf-like way. You know, that tough love dwarf-like way. Like, you'll be fine. Just sit down, relax. We'll get this sorted. So, Valdy takes you out into the town, which I got a picture of for you guys. There's the fishery. I should scoot this over so the chat can see. The fishery, you guys can see Idle Island from there. It's almost like these large statues and henge-like structures are rising up above it. And she points to the barge yard, letting you know that you can rent a barge for so much a day if you choose to go out further. You pass by this shrine. You walk towards the the town square where you see a dark-skinned blacksmith woman hammering away. She only has like a little tent. It's hardly anything at all. And she kind of shirks away from the house of Thalavar. She's showing you all the houses and buildings that are kind of derelict and run down. And you see people slowly trying to hammer and build them back up with carts. The carts are broken. People come up to her asking for some new ones from Phandalin and whatnot. And she's reassuring them that a trip to Phandalin will be coming very soon. And you'll overhear her saying, Bob has organized a trade. We're looking for people to go with this goat herder towards Phandalin again. But it's a long trip. So maybe these people could do it later on, once they've done some jobs. And she looks at all of you. And she stops in front of this shop, but her back's to it. She's not really facing it. This shop is in wood, but it's finished. And it's so ornately painted, almost like in gypsy colors, with carvings all around it, and a big sign that says Aubrey's Peculiarities. And the windows are shined clean. The glass is perfect. And you see a man in there working, and 3 pictures behind his counter as he's busy. She's like, and that's it. So I'll let you guys walk around.
Did you say Bob?
Elmar Barthen, yes, Bob.
Where is Bob?
Oh, he's organized a trade with Neverwinter for these goats. Well, they're giant goats. They're huge, but
Giant goat.
Yeah, they need to be herded to Phandalin.
Can I see him?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'd have to walk over there. They're kind of outside by the settlers' camp.
I'll go later. Maybe Vilfin would like to see.
Oh, they're very, very large. Like, way much larger than you. Definitely.
Ooh.
I forgot my music. So, yeah. And as you hear the sounds of town and stuff, the man, like, kind of sets stuff in the window, and he waves at you and opens the door, kind of just casually, like, letting it be open for you guys to look at.
Hi.
And she nods at all of you. She's still got her back to the door, and says, I'll go back to the town council and see if there's anything left, and you guys talk amongst yourselves, decide what you want to do. The tower needs help, and the patrol needs help, so good luck. And she walks away leaving you guys in front of the shop.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
So the info given at the start, Drax, your characters do know that. The info that I gave you guys and you rolled for is the info that you have researched on your 3 weeks' time.
So it is.
So it looks like they've got a lot of things that need to be done, and I feel like I'm worried about.
Either way, these guys are going to be stretched. Whatever decision we make.
I feel
they're
like
gonna
all
be
that
stretched.
involves lives.
Yeah, no time to second guess ourselves, though. I think Vilfin would help us with the tower.
The thing is, this town is going to be here for a while, so we can always help out if we need to return. We may not have the opportunity like we did with the soldiers. So if we feel that the lives need to be saved, as much as I would not like to do this without Vilfin, time is of the essence.
Vilfin,
What you talking about? I'm right here.
Oh God!
Behind you stands a very
You okay, Vilfin?
No,
And that just walks over and you just give him a gentle, hearty pat on the back. You know,
Don't do that.
good afternoon, sunshine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
First thing, go up
If I
to.
get my hands on that fucking bad. Whew.
Just mirrors, he smells
Anyway.
worse than normal.
So, just to fill you in, Vilfin, the town needs to be rebuilt. Tower needs sorting out. There's a few other odds and ends that need to be sorted out, but we were asked to look also into some missing soldiers, potentially from areas that was supposed to be undead related. I personally feel, and I know just talking now we're wasting time, but I feel we need to go after these people. I think we owe this town that we can show them that we can protect them. The town is not going to go anywhere. It can be rebuilt at any time. We can help them when we get back.
Lives are more important than at the moment than buildings.
And
Lives.
stone and wood can be dealt with at any time.
Yeah.
Of course.
This
I
town
feel-
needs its soldiers.
You
I
there?
agree.
You hear a voice behind you, and an elderly gentleman in very fine clothes. Like, I have a potion that can help you, little person.
Who you calling short?
That steps back a little bit.
I was calling the one that's eating grass short, but uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay, just a lag.
You're good.
But actually you, the one that looks a little sick and under the weather, I have a potion if you want to come inside. Fix you
I'll
right
be
up.
Fine.
Aubrey?
I'll be
Yes.
fine. It's fine.
Slatriel told us that we should meet you.
Welcome, welcome.
She says hi.
Ah, yeah, I see her from time to time.
Z, we should go. Like, we'll come back. This place looks really cool and all, but
Aren't
we
we
should.
supposed to be going to kill something?
Oh, yep. I used to do that in my day too.
We shall return. Let's go.
And you leave.
Sonora is going to do a quick peek at the paintings. Has she seen those paintings anywhere else?
You see, let me see if I can find the text again. Hey, I gotta hide it though. 3 adventurers, a dark-skinned warrior woman, a red-bearded dwarf, and a third whose portrait is faded with age. So you can't really make out. It looks like a male. His features are faded. He's like, that used to be my favorite one. I can't remember who that is. As he's pointing. As he noticed Nora being perceptive, noticed she's looking at them.
I was kind of looking as I was kind of walking away, just having a look at the paintings, because I'm wondering if I'd seen them before. Oh, I'll have to ask about that later, and
Have fun
Got it.
killing!
thank you.
Before we go, I just quickly say to Aubrey, I said, I mentioned a place that we're going to go to, and I just asked, has he heard of this place before? Because considering that it's a place known for previous undead, we thought, I'm thinking maybe you can shed some light on the area.
Going into the Mirror of Dead Men, you'll need to take some supplies, because it's centuries. You got something down from, like, lizards all the way up to very scary, ferocious beasts. So be very
Like?
careful. Like,
How much is it going to cost? Because I'm guessing this is your pitch.
nope, I don't sell that stuff here. I sell weird stuff. But, you look like you've already got equipment on you, so you'll be fine. You going to find something special there, trinket or something?
There's some some of your town soldiers have gone there and have gone missing.
Well, there were reports of trolls. So, I mean, they've killed a couple. And there's reports of some kind of tribe that lives there. They're trying to just get by, I think. So if you run into them, they could help you or maybe hinder you. I don't know. I don't go there.
Thank you for your time.
Yep.
We
And you,
should probably go see the sergeant.
Yep.
freaking- The sergeant. He has his door closed. Do you knock? Redlock.
Z will knock.
Z will knock.
Uh,
Come in.
Knocking on doors again. Good luck.
this feels like it's been forever.
But you're
Next
so good at it.
Next time, Radalak, next time.
Okay.
The 3 council members are gone. He's ushering these soldiers out. He's like, I don't care how scared you are. I don't care if you pee your pants. Get back into the tower and get up there. And they leave. Hello.
We're going to go and look for the soldiers that you had. Can you please? Is there any information you can give us?
Soldiers for the tower or soldiers for...
Miss Redda.
We've heard reports from
Oh.
Griselda that there's a missing patrol of soldiers.
Yeah, I've got this undead rumor to deal with, and I've got lightning storms reported everywhere. So now I don't have time for this patrol. So here, and he kind of rolls his eyes and slides a map your way, and it is showing you the exact route the patrol took down. He's like 2 days ago. They haven't reported back. They had some carts with them that they were supposed to return.
What's
So,
in the carts?
basic supplies, food, some leather, materials for the blacksmith.
Is there a name or names we should be
Yeah,
aware of?
Sergeant Vesper was, well, let me look at my papers here. You got Private Vesper Jessup. There's 3 other guys here that were on the patrol. So
Okay.
that's the one in charge, though. The one you need to look for.
Okay, no worries. We'll
Do you want us to report back here when we either way?
Yeah, that would help. Yeah. Any supplies you got, take them back here. We'll distribute them.
no worries. Can you please tell Giselda, I think her name was, and Marigold, that we
Growler.
want to do this task, please.
Alright. Yep.
If we don't see them first, just it would be appreciated.
Alrighty. I'll tell her.
Thank you.
And he kind of, as you leave, he slowly shuts his door again and goes to his desk. So, you guys have your map.
As we start, and I'm guessing we're going straight from, I'm going to very quietly go up to Nate and go, I'm not real fond of that sergeant.
You don't have to be.
No, but I don't think he's doing some very not. How can you not know the name of your soldiers? Seriously. I know that there's a lot of them, but like, I don't care about the ones that were on patrol.
Depends how big the army or the amount of soldiers that one has to look after. You don't know every single name.
Roll insight if those of you that want to roll insight, if you're like, Sergeant Yoram.
Steve definitely will take that. Can I guide myself?
We're gonna, I mean, it's your spell
Okay.
slot.
Hendrix, that's why I'm doing it. So what did you say? Insight? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she got no fucking clue. I'm really not having good luck with the dice today.
Yeah, no luck from that either.
No one else? Okay. No. No one else you don't remember much.
I remember that he nicked off because I remember
Yeah.
the P trail.
Yep,
Wilfin holds a bit of disdain for him for actually run away from a fight.
Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
With the insight check, he notices the nonchalantness of his actions, but also knows soldiers in a sense, so probably doesn't really see it as anything out of the ordinary, but
You
doesn't
know-
really
yeah.
like him very much.
You noticed he called the head council member the Growler. So he doesn't have much disdain for her. And if you rolled higher than a 15, I don't know if you got that evil or not, but
No, 7.
Nope.
well, we
No,
won't
I got-
bother with them.
I got,
Wilfin's still too sick to really care.
Yeah.
I
So
got a I got an 8, so it wasn't that much better either.
Maybe it'll come to you. Like, you're like, it's one of those things where you get it in your head and you can't think right now. And you're like, oh, it's going to come to me in the middle of the night. I know it. So, all right. Do you
Something
guys,
doesn't feel right, but you're not sure what.
do you move on down to the
Yep.
patrol?
You do.
Maybe
I
killing
just-
some undead will make you feel better, Vilfin.
What now?
Maybe killing some undead will make you feel better.
Or killing anything to make me feel better, but oh my god, I'm never drinking. Well, shit, I'm not. No, no, I didn't say that. I'm never drinking with a bard again. Is what I meant.
Right.
I'm
I
surprised you drank with one to begin with, considering you're the stain at smelling like one.
I know, but I learnt my lesson.
He was kind of cool. He had a metal hand. Did anyone notice?
Not really, no.
It was cool.
That's right, you did.
Maybe I'll get off him and beat him to death with it next time I see him.
Too bad we don't know where he went.
Aye,
Do we
It
care?
was just-
not really. We need to go find these soldiers.
Yes.
You're leaving about 10-ish for the time it took you guys to talk, go to the shrine, because you started early. Take the tour around, come back. So it's going to be towards 10. I'm going to put you guys over here. Activate.
With the rest that we have, would that have been classified as a long rest or a short
It would be a long rest, so all your spell slots are restored. You want to put your new powers in, do so before you use them. And
I've already changed my spells over.
cool.
Sorry.
All right, so I have put you on the road as you guys are going down the road. I'm sorry, my mouse wheel is being a poo head.
It's alright.
You notice the marsh, the swamp, the mud. The smells of the swamp are hitting you. You traveling along the high road into the edge of the Mirror of Dead Men. The Leilon soldiers, according to the map, have started their patrol into the mirror here. So it's up to you guys as you get closer. Do you want me to move you guys as a whole down the road? So you can... I'll do that.
Sure.
As you guys get closer, you see a torn up cart. Lots of footprints circling it and heading off into the marsh. Roll a survival check if you want to learn more from that.
Okay.
And tell me if you get anyone that got above a 10.
14.
Okay, so Zenithor.
That would be
15.
a natural 20.
Nice.
Open for 20.
So a large, those of that got above the 10. If you guys are investigating, I'll scoot you guys over. There you go. A large number of tracks are apparent. They look to be made for you, Vilfin, by bipedal, kind of almost like lizard-like footprints. Then there's also some that are human, humanoid booted footprints, something wearing boots.
And I know which direction they headed, yeah, that's obvious.
Well, there's ruts in the mud this way, and then you see the footprints lead off.
Okay.
And also, for you with a net 20, you'd see the slimy residue. There's like a slimy residue trail as well with them. It's up to you if you want to tell the ones that rolled.
Right. Appears we have reptilian style footprints and booted ones. I'm assuming the booted ones are from the soldiers. And there's some slimy shite around the place too. Might be a snail, big one.
Does it look like that it was they were dragged or they went willingly?
Hard to tell. It's kind of a lot of footprints. It's
Uh,
definitely a
and-
bit of a battle, but they went that way.
And by the look of it too, we can't determine how many as well. There's just too many overlap.
Yep.
So we don't know how many of these guys faced. It could only just be a small handful trying to mask it as many.
The footprints leading the way, again, it's kind of hard to tell. They're in a straight line. Could have been a dozen or more. We just don't know. But they went in that direction.
We should probably follow but cautiously.
Agreed.
Ema, do you put shoes on or are you going to wade through the mud? You think?
Wait till the mud.
You're going to wade through the mud barefoot? All right. So to do this, it's going to take somebody, probably someone on tracking, which will be a series of survival checks. And if someone wants to aid that person, that's fine. And then the rest of you will be making perception rolls. So do you choose?
I will take perception.
All right. Ema,
If
you,
someone wants to aid Vilfin in the survival, I'll take that if you like.
Yep.
guys.
I'll help.
Okay. So you'll get advantage. All right. So as you're going deeper into this swamp this way, you're noticing the tracks. The ruts are still going here. This like slime covered trail this way, and they're leading off. It's gonna need you to make your first survival checks. Just one.
11.
11.
That was with advantage.
Do you
Alright.
need me to do a perception check?
If you like, I'm gonna make a roll.
That's a 24 for perception.
Nice. You see that the mud starts to get kind of swampy, and there it starts to kind of get a little bit more difficult. So you see Vilfin pausing. You don't see anything of yet, but you are starting to hear like some distant noises.
Tracks are starting to get a wee bit hard to follow.
There's
It's a bit
there's
thick.
also noise up ahead. So, so I think it might be best if we stealth right now. Try and be quiet.
Right, sure. Look, Vilfin turns around and looks at Zenithar and just raises an eyebrow.
Wrong dice. Hang on. Still making the rolls.
I mean, we can be as quiet as we can. We do have a couple of wee rattly and jingly people in the group.
Okay. So you
I
choose.
knew I should.
You choose to stealth.
Yeah.
As best we can.
Stealth
Yeah.
rolls. Where I activate this map.
Okay.
20.
Nice. You are a stealthy bull.
17.
9.
Wilfred, not so much. He's kind of like making a little too much noise.
Oh,
17.
well, then that does it even worse with a 2.
Oh,
Vilfin's coughing every now and again and sort of dry retching a little bit.
Ema, what'd you get?
17.
Oh, good.
So 217.
Alright. So, 3 of you are pretty stealthy, but that is the wrong map. 2 of you are making a whole lot of noise. I'm gonna activate this one instead because that's the one I rolled. You see 2 merchants yelling and screaming. You hear that first, Sonora. As you guys enter, I don't have you guys on this map yet. Oh, we might have to end it here because I rolled like the worst possible one you could have. As this thing, they are trying to cut, and they manage to cut this reptilian large creature, and it grabs one of them and takes it and tosses it to the side. One of the heads of this creature flies off, and 2 more grow in its place as this many-headed creature. And we're probably going to end there because this battle is something that's going to take a little longer than a half hour.
Yeah.
Anyone want to roll a nature check to see what they're up against? Or
I will. And she'll have no clue at 5 because even with my nature, it wouldn't be high enough.
no, as this thing screeches
17.
out. 17. Would Ema know what this is, though? I'm wondering because Ema hasn't been around too much. But you've
All I know is got
It
extra-
may have attacked the giraffe.
Well, I don't know. It might have attacked giraffes. You know this thing resides in the swamp, and that if you cut off its heads, it grows more. I don't think Emma would know what this is, though, even when
No.
17.
You wouldn't know swamp.
Out of curiosity, would Zenora have noticed that cutting one off would produce another one?
You all notice that
Damn.
as we
And-
end with this screeching. You'll be going into initiative. You'll have one person here left to help, as the others like, help me, please.
Go deep, Wilfin. Thanks, City.
And that's where we'll end the
How deep
session.
you want me to go?
Go deep, Felfin. Really, Sadiq?
I got the real deep, I got the husky voice going right now.
You could be the growler.
Right. Oh,
Rattleck got a 1. Oh, God.
holy shit.
Yeah, you guys are really noisy. So, very emotional RP tonight. We'll go around. We'll start up the top here in Rattleck. Rattleck, what do you got for your favorite moment tonight? We'll bring Adam. We'll bring Sadiq back in.
My favorite moment, and like there was that really emotional bit, but I really like Zadriel and Nate's conversation about the nature of being a paladin. I thought that was really well done by both of you. So it was good.
I'll do Drex. I'll do you last because I know you always have a lot of different ones that people don't have.
I don't really have a lot tonight.
Oh, really? You want to go? You go.
Oh, if you want. I got a whole bunch of little moments, like people say freaking bards, or Emily is dead, or butter makes good lube, and then just the whole emotional thing is just insane.
It's very, very good. Zenithmore.
I got 2. Rattleack's conversation with Fibble about Sebastian and trying to explain what happened, and Fibble going, well, he's over there, kind of, maybe, sort of, you know. So it's kind of like, it almost, in some sense, it kind of felt like, it just felt like a comedy routine, kind of like, but with the sort of, I don't know whether you call it dumbness or anything like that, but that's just kind of what it came across as. I just felt that was just a good, hilarious moment. The other one for me was the small insight with Zenora with her little ritual towards the start there.
Yeah, that was good. I did like that one. Zenora.
I had 2. One was an overall. I liked how Xanathor was kind of coming up and, you know, taking the leading role. You know, this is what we need to do. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. And also down by the docks when he was quoting his tenants and doing the whole, you know, writing it down and everything like that. I really liked that, and very much in the same kind of vein as what Zenora did with which was very. I like that both the brother and sister had something very similar to do to, you know, that kind of mirrored one another, and neither really worked it out.
Yeah, that was good. I like that one a lot too. Bilfin, what was your favorite moment?
I got a couple. Firstly, the DM's version of Wolfen's reaction to being sick was great. It's now set up a whole canon thing next time Egburn. If Egburn ever shows up, he has so much in the shirt, it is not funny. But I have to commend Magic and Mina for their general roleplay throughout the entire session tonight. Mina with the whole emotional backstory stuff, and then Magic with the paladin tenants and talking to Zadriel and things like that. Probably more so again for them both, because I know both of them are sort of relatively new back into this arena, and being on camera in front of people and being in this group, it's not always easy. And obviously they've found a comfortable place where they're able to do it with a group of people that are more than willing to help them out, and that that emotional part definitely that hit me in the feel box real good. And I was just sitting there listening to it. It was absolutely wonderful.
Yay.
I mean, you did so well. It was really, really good.
Yes, one of my favorite moments as well. Fabelstebe. You are included. Want to say a favorite moment?
Favorite moment? No real favorite moment, but I did really enjoy all the RP. Like the storytelling was really well done, especially in between Zenora and Zenithar. I think that's right. Yeah. How they had that whole conversation with themselves about something that had happened that they know, but we are still to find out about.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. You know, not knowing, but knowing that I'll find out about it later, type deal. That's cool. Like that. Bit of backstory. Not bad for an RP when someone's coughing up a lung.
Yeah. I know. Well, that's the thing. That it sucks being sick, man. Like I so wanted to be from the start, but that coughing was just so bad earlier. I had to sleep, sort of come right, and then as I said, I was getting ready to come in, and then it started again. I was like, "Fuck me!" I just can't get rid of it. It's just crazy.
Well, you're here for the battle. That's important.
Well, like I said, hopefully next week it should be all good. But,
yeah.
We'll see about Sunday. At the very least, I'll be running the show, so there'll definitely be VTM on Sunday. Jackson may just be off doing something different if I'm not well enough to make it for the story side of stuff. So easy enough to have him off doing something outside of what the Coterie are doing on Sunday night. So,
Nice.
but there'll still be a VTM, so don't panic. But they'll still be there.
Yeah. I love all. I always love RP when the backstories come out, and because I won't know about the backstories, and they're all so good. I just can't wait till everyone gets to hear them. So I always love that. That's my favorite parts. And how you guys are reacting to the townsfolk in Leilon is really interesting. So we get to see those characters come out by you interacting with them. I don't know how they're gonna be, but they're kind of forming as you go, which is really cool. It's all good, Evo. We can kill you off. Good luck, Zane.
So, good luck, Zane. Good luck, Skathis, in the next sessions.
All right. So,
Two dress, son of a bitch.
Thank you guys for being here with us on our RP. No battle today. So we'll get to start a battle next Friday and see if we can find out what took this patrol. They've got a couple more survival checks to go, or they run into stuff. So see you guys later. Bye.